Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for watching this presentation. What this is going to be is over the next 30 minutes or so, what I want to do is really give you the digital business blueprint, as I call it. Now, this is really what I've learned over the last 7 years. And what this is going to show you in this video right here is how I went from nothing. In 2016, I restarted. I sold every asset I had, and every asset I did have was under either a pseudonym or anonymous, so I had no recognition. And I started the Madcam Publishing brand. And what this is this is going to show you the exact blueprint that I followed to build my digital business. And I went from nothing, no brand, no lists, no following, and no income, just the savings I had from selling off the digital assets that I did create. And I was able to take that and use this model that I'm going to teach you here today and turn that into a $25,000 per month business. And I did it in less than a year. Now, what you're going to learn in this short presentation is how you can apply this to an existing business if you already have one, or you can actually use this to start a brand new business like I did in 2016. Now, what I'm going to show you involves creating the business of you. But if you don't want to build the business of you, what you can do is use the outline, use the digital business blueprint that I'm going to give you in this video. And you can actually use this to help clients. You can almost like start a content agency, if you will. Basically, you can help people. There are so many people who are out there trying to build their business as a solopreneur or whatever, and they're struggling. So if you learn the digital business blueprint that I'm going to show you right here, you can help them get past their struggles and then charge them money. So once again, if you want to do this yourself, I think it's a great opportunity. But if you're just totally against building the business of you, you can, once again, use the strategy that I'm going to show you to help clients. And really, what I'm about to show you is the secret to building any business online. It doesn't matter if you want to do like affiliate marketing, or if you want to be a coach, or if you want to sell courses, or you just want to build a YouTube channel, or you want to get sponsored, or you want to build up your own agency. Like, this is the key to getting clients, getting customers, earning commissions, and making sales. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. My goal with this presentation is to simplify everything. I don't want to give you more information. You probably already know enough. I don't want to cram your head full of more useless knowledge. I don't want to say, okay, you need to learn this strategy. What I want to do is simplify everything, because it is simple at its core. Yet there are so many marketers out there trying to sell you the next quick trick solution, so they have to overcomplicate it so they can put their spin on it. Really, by the end of this video, I want you to have clarity and direction, and I want to completely change the way you think about building your online business. Okay, I already said I'm not going to force you to learn 1,000 new things, but the best part about this is this method does not require years of groundwork. Meaning, I'm not one of those people who says, okay, you should go out there and create content and put off monetizing as long as possible, for 2 or 3 years, then you can monetize later on down the road. Okay, I'm realistic. I think you could start monetizing from day one. And once again, I'm going to show you what I did in 2016 to restart from scratch with nothing and start earning pretty quickly. Less than a year, I was doing very well, meaning you can do this right now. Even if you don't have a huge social media following, you're ready to go. If you got nothing, this will work. Matter of fact, this will work for you if you have an existing online business that you want to grow faster. Okay, so let's say you are a coach, or you are a consultant, or you do have some sort of affiliate marketing strategy in place, but it's just not quite working. Well, when you see what I'm going to show you in this video, and you start focusing on really the 3 things that I'm going to show you here today, that business is going to start working a lot better. So if you want to make more money online, this is an important presentation. You should watch it, because once again, this is going to take you back to basics. Once you understand what I'm going to show you here today, making money online isn't so complicated. Now, this will also work for you. What I'm going to show you is if you have a plan for your business, but don't know where to begin, meaning you have some sort of idea, but you just don't know where to start. This will work for you if you have a product or service that needs a boost as well. So let's say you're out there becoming the face of your business, whether you have a flower shop or cake decorating store, or you have some sort of private labeled product, or you have a smoothie mix, or whatever it is that you're doing. If you're doing CBD, brand, whatever, if you just need to get your message out there, if you need to market your business, what I'm going to show you in this presentation will work for your business, okay? And the coolest thing about what I'm going to show you here is, once again, I mentioned I started this from scratch. You can make this work for you, even if you have no idea, meaning no product, nothing. If you feel like you're completely lost about how to start an online business right now, as long as you have the will to succeed and the desire to move forward, then this is going to be the roadmap that you have been looking for. So what I need from you right now is very simple, okay? I just need you to commit to watching this entire video right now. Okay, are you with us? All right, cool. Let's move forward. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to remember this number one rule here. This is the most important thing you have to remember. You are not in the business you are in the business of marketing the business that you are in. Okay? Doesn't matter what you have. Even if you have the greatest product in the world or the greatest service in the world, or you provide more value than anybody else on the planet, if you're not out there actively marketing your business, meaning getting the word out to potential customers, then you don't have a business. Unfortunately, the other side of that is true as well. Even if you have some crap product, if you're really good at marketing it, chances are you have a business. So really what that means is you have to remember the only rule that matters. You are in the business of marketing your business. Okay. Once you understand that what I'm going to show you is how you market your business, well, then your business can be anything. And what I mean by that is you can monetize any sort of way. When you build the business of you can make money any number of ways that you want. So here's a bunch of screenshots of ways that I've made money since I started this in 2016. Up on the top left, you're going to see some of my Shopify commissions. That was 100% affiliate earnings up there. I was doing pretty well with that. At the high point, like $3,000 or $4,000, maybe even $5,000 every 2 weeks doing that. That was pretty automated. I set up a system that drove traffic to a training. And so I did well earning affiliate commissions with that. Right below there, you see a picture of me holding a check. That was $22,000. That was the first half of a payment that I received for a joint venture, meaning kind of like a sponsorship. Basically, I worked with a third-party company to help them promote a launch. They paid me $44,000 for that. That was the first payment that they paid me. They paid me half up front, so that was really cool. Down below that, just ClickBank snapshot. It's not a ton of money. It was like $600, $700 over the course of a couple days. But the reason I threw that up there is because when you build out the business of you, okay, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this training, you build up email lists, you build up a following. So if like there's a related product and you just want to like send one email because you believe in it or what have you, or you want to promote a product because you don't really have a whole lot going on that week, well, you can do that. And as you can see, it can generate, a nice little income bump. In the center here, you're going to see the screenshot. This is from 2017, the MadCam Publishing Stripe account. That was my first course launch. I did just about $32,000 in 5 or 6 months with my first course, which was awesome because I didn't even really know how to launch a course yet. But because I had already done what I'm going to show you in this video, it was a pretty successful launch. And I did it without a webinar. I did it without any complicated order forms or long form sales letters. I basically just did it by saying, here's what I got. Do you want it or not? Because I had built up the business of me. Below that, you're going to see $1,000 commissions, which are high ticket affiliate marketing commissions. To the right of that is going to be some software that I promoted. To the right of that is an invoice for my first client that was shortly after I started what I'm going to show you in this video. Because it gave me credibility, okay? Even though I never had a client before, I was able to land my first client, and that was a $1,000 payment there. That was for advertising and consulting services. Once again, I never had a client. I had no testimonials. But because I did what I'm going to show you in this presentation, I was able to, once again, land that first client. And that was $1,000 right there. And above that is some ClickFunnels earnings. If you want to do ClickFunnels, that's pretty big right now. Everybody's talking about ClickFunnels, promoting ClickFunnels. So I've managed to just break $10,000 with that. And I just recently started promoting ClickFunnels. So really cool there. Now, the best part of this, it's going to be easier than you think. I already mentioned you can start from zero. You don't need a big following, and you don't need to use paid advertising because we're going to be using content to actually bring our ideal customers in. And because we're talking about ideal customers, what I mean by that is like everyone thinks you have to grow on social media for the sake of growing. And it's just crazy because maybe you've heard of the theory of 1,000 true fans, meaning if you can just get 1,000 people who really know you, like you, and trust you and will buy from you, well, then you can make a very good multi-six-figure income, right? Well, that's the concept we're going to talk about. You don't need a huge following. You just need the right following, okay? And it doesn't have to be big. So it doesn't take too long to build up 1,000 true fans if you're doing things the way I'm going to show you how to do in this video. But the cool thing is even though we're talking about creating content, that means we don't have to worry about advertising. But I'm going to also show you how we do this efficiently, meaning I'm not going to tell you that you have to post 27 times a day on Instagram. Okay, we're not going to create endless streams of content. We're just going to create the right content that answers the right questions of our ideal customers and brings them into our brand. Really simple, really straightforward. It's not as hard as you think once you understand the clear picture and you block out all the other noise. And I keep talking about products and selling products and stuff like that. Guys, you don't even need products. We talked about the affiliate model. Okay, I've made close to $200,000 just with the Shopify affiliate program alone. Okay, that doesn't even include all the cross sells and upsells and from the list that I've built. But once again, we're going to keep going forward and continue on with the training here because I want to be respectful of your time. Okay, but before I do, that's important to say this is not for the people who want to quote unquote win the online lottery. Meaning, you're not just going to do one thing and then all of a sudden the cash is just going to roll in. I mean, yes, some people that happens. I mean, there is a chance that you could produce a video and it goes viral and all of a sudden you're rich and everybody wants to be, following you and sponsorships come in. But if that's your mentality, then you can forget about it because the odds of that are happening are really slim. And when I say really slim, I mean like really, really, really slim. So if you have that mentality, this is not going to work for you. You have to go find something else because this is for people who want to work but want to enhance their chances of success. What I mean by that is I can't guarantee success. This is a disclaimer here. What I'm going to show you will work. I guarantee it'll work for me. It works 100% of the time when I implement it. Anytime I start a new business, I use what I'm going to show you here today, and it works every single time. But I can't guarantee it'll work for you because I don't know how hard you're going to work. I don't know how close you're going to pay attention to what I'm teaching you here. And I don't know how you're going to get infected with some other shiny object, okay? So once again, if you have the win the lottery mentality, this isn't going to work for you. Just same for people who want to quote unquote get rich without building a business. Okay, we're going to build something here, but that's how we know it's going to work, okay? This is not going to be for you if you believe that you can game the system, meaning if you think you can go out there and just like make money on YouTube without making videos, or if you can just like steal other people's content and then have like this really successful business. Okay, this training is not going to be for you. So see you later. And if you can't focus for more than 5 minutes, meaning if you can't make it through this next 25 minutes of training and pay attention, then this is not going to work for you. Okay, you have to be able to focus. That's what it's all about. So once again, if that's you, what I want you to do is I want you to come back next year when you're still trying to quote unquote get rich quick, because that's what most people do. Is they look at something and it might seem a little difficult at first, even though it really isn't. But what they do is they go after something that seems really easy but will never work because there's no barrier to entry. Does that make sense? And those are the people who are going to try to get rich quick for the next 10 years. So once again, if you're into one of these things I just mentioned, come back later after you've been burned quite a few times. But anyways, if you're ready, if you're like, I'm ready to put down the get rich quick stuff, I want to build something sustainable of value that's going to provide the freedom and security that I want, let's move forward. Okay. So what I want you to remember is your business can take off faster than you might imagine. I mentioned that even though I've been doing this since 2012, I started everything from scratch again in 2016, and within a year, I was doing what most people consider very well. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe you can relate to this. So what happened in 2012 is I spent the first 4 years trying to learn everything. Meaning I tried to learn SEO, I tried to learn conversion optimization, I tried to learn how to write sales letters and sales copy and how to be better at email marketing. And I tried to learn all these things. And yeah, I did build up some assets, I did build up some blogs, I did have some success, but I was having a very hard time scaling. And that's when I sold everything. And then as I mentioned, in 2016, I started fresh with the MadCam Publishing brand and then later the Brian Brewer brand, but I simplified everything. And everything just changed. Everything just started happening once I simplified everything. And that's what I want for you. See, I don't want you to waste the next 4 years just learning a bunch of stuff. See, right now you might be in this learning cycle where you're out there, maybe you're taking a bunch of courses, maybe you're out there watching a bunch of YouTube videos and you're just learning. And that's, you might start making some money, or maybe you've already started to make some money, but you're not where you want to be yet. But here's the deal. Until you actually go reverse and simplify everything, it's going to be really hard to find the success you want. So that's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to just think about what I'm going to tell you over the next 20 minutes or so as the simplified version of everything. And once you see that, you're going to be more clear. Basically, you're not going to spend every day wondering if you're actually doing the right thing. You're going to be having the certainty that you want. Okay? You're going to be certain that you're building something that's going to work out. Okay? That's the goal. Let me take a sip of water. Excuse me. All right, let's discover what you need and most importantly, what you do not need to succeed online. Okay? So here we go. Need number one is you need some sort of epic lead magnet, meaning you need some sort of piece of cheese. You need something of value that are going to draw customers to you. And there's 4 reasons why you need a good lead magnet. And you've probably seen a lead magnet before. Basically something that you can get for free in exchange for your email, right? Someone gives you something and they collect your email and they give you this piece of value for free. Most people screw this up. They just go out there and they try to get a lead magnet, like the minimum viable lead magnet. And what I mean by that is they'll just throw up any old PDF or something like that and start collecting emails. But if you actually go a different route and create what I call an epic lead magnet, it makes everything so much easier. So the first reason you need a good lead magnet is obviously you have to capture for control. Okay, there's so many distractions online on the internet. You know, every 7 seconds, people are here, there, bouncing around. So when someone comes into basically your world, okay, they discover you or your business or whatever it is that you're offering. Okay, they are into you for X amount of time. Might be 10 minutes, might be 10 days, might be 30 seconds. Whatever it is, that's when you need to capture them. So when you have their attention, you need to invite them into your world. And that's why having an epic lead magnet is so powerful. What that means, okay, it doesn't matter what business you're doing. If you don't have an epic lead magnet yet, nothing else matters, because you can go out there and create a bunch of content, but there is no way that you're going to be able to keep everybody's attention in the world where there's so many distractions. Okay? This lead magnet is going to provide massive perceived value. Okay? Don't let that scare you. It doesn't have to be something like your life's work or, you know, thousands of dollars worth of gifts for free, but it has to be perceived valuable so people get to know you, like you, and trust you. Because once people get to know you, like you, and trust you, then it truly doesn't matter what you're selling. Like, this is so common in affiliate marketing. For instance, if I'm an affiliate marketer, I want to get people's trust and I want to build a rapport with them so they take my recommendation. And then as the affiliate marketer, I simply recommend a third-party product, right? So as long as I believe in that product and I have the best interest of my audience in mind when I'm recommending that product, well, then there's no reason for my audience who needs this product to not buy it. And so that's going to earn me the commission. So that's why creating that massive value and giving it away, you know, that's gonna help people get to know me, like me, and trust me, or know you, like you, and trust you, and that's gonna make everything else easier, because then you can just sell everything, anything, doesn't matter. But the other thing, a good lead magnet is gonna establish your system, and what I mean by that is, so like I've created a lead magnets in the past that were trainings for software. So let's take the Shopify, for example. If you're not familiar with Shopify, Shopify is an e-commerce platform. There's a little bit of technical know-how that you need to get it set up, but once you do, you know, everything, you can go ahead and sell stuff online if you want to do drop shipping or if you want to sell your own products. The problem is there's not a whole lot of good tutorials that show you how to get, you know, Shopify set up, because there's a lot of nuances, connecting domains, integrating your autoresponder, customizing collections. You know, these are all things that can be kind of confusing to the newbie. So what I did as a lead magnet is I created a free Shopify training. It was like hour and a half, 2 hours, really simple, really straightforward, that just showed new people from scratch how to get their Shopify store up and running, A to Z, right? Then I can give that away. So who's likely to be interested in that? Well, someone who's thinking about setting up a Shopify store, right? Do they have a Shopify store already set up if they want a free training that shows them how to get their Shopify store set up? Probably not. So what I do is I create content that attracts the people who are likely to be interested in setting up a Shopify store. I let them know about my free lead magnet, which is the free setup tutorial. And when they go in there and they start going through the tutorial, I provide them with my affiliate links for Shopify. Meaning then they go and sign up for Shopify, and Shopify pays me the commission once they do so. Now, of course, that's my front end commissions. That's how I mentioned I've made almost $200,000 with the Shopify affiliate program alone. But here's the deal. This is really important. I was giving away that massive perceived value because everybody else out in the market is trying to sling their $300 or $800 Shopify course, right? Well, those people are bad, right? Because they're out there trying to sell their course. Here I am just giving away the course for free. So I build up this huge rapport. Everybody gets to know me, like me, and trust me. Then I can recommend other products. So for instance, if I build up all this goodwill and I say, hey, if you want to learn Facebook advertising, for instance, because that's going to help you with your Shopify store, well, then I recommend this Facebook advertising course. As long as I believe in that course, well, I think I'm doing a good thing. It happened. I did this, and I happened to do it with a course that I actually took. It was by a guy named Max. Well, what happened is I'm an affiliate for his program. So anyone who goes and then buys his product, well, I'm going to get the affiliate commission. So see, all these people are trying to sling their products up front, but I go the reverse route with my good lead magnet, and then I can earn on the back end. Pretty awesome. That's how you set up a system, okay? If you don't have that system, it's going to be frustrating, and that's why so many people give up. And as I just mentioned, a good lead magnet sells your first product, meaning the Shopify course, that was my lead magnet, but it also earned me that first commission. Whereas if I created, for instance, a training that was epic, that simplified everything, that showed you exactly what you need to do to launch a business. Okay, if I gave you the digital business blueprint, for example, and I just blew your mind with so much value, would you be likely to then take my recommendation if I made an offer at the end of that training? I would think so. I mean, if you were smart enough to invest, I would think that would be a good thing, right? So that's why a good lead magnet can not only set up your system, but help sell the product, okay? And once you do that, once you have a lead magnet that you can drive leads to for free with content that also sells your product or earns your first commissions, guys, that's what's going to give you that income stream. That's what can provide the passive income. So really quickly, we'll just go through 4 lead magnet examples. Could be a training like this one I just mentioned. If I give you 45 minutes of value here, and if at the end of this presentation you have more clarity than you've had in months, would you buy something from me if you wanted to learn more? Perhaps. Well, this strategy works for everything. It works for coaches. It works for selling courses. It works for consulting. It can even work for agencies as well. But it could also be a tutorial like I mentioned with the Shopify example. You could also do this for ClickFunnels, for example. ClickFunnels, if you're not familiar, is a piece of software that makes it very easy for people to launch a website, sell products, sell courses, sell services, host membership sites, all sorts of things. Well, if you just show people how they can use ClickFunnels to make more money with their business, and you do that for free by creating a free tutorial, well, the people who are likely to need ClickFunnels are going to come take your tutorial. Then you can give them your affiliate links, and they're going to purchase, which is going to earn you the ClickFunnels commissions, but you're also building up goodwill so you can then on the back end email them with other subsequent offers, right? Makes sense. Works with everything. Here's what you have to know about creating your lead magnet, guys. This is an investment, okay? Spend the time up front. When you're creating your lead magnet, make this as good as possible. Make something that everybody else is charging for and give it away for free. See, Eben Pagan, he's been around for forever. He is one of the kings of digital marketing. He has this theory. It's called moving the free line. I don't know if you're going to call it a theory or a concept or just a mantra. But if you move the free line, meaning you give away more for free than other people are, if you give something away for free that everyone else is charging for, your business is going to explode. People are going to flock to you. And at that point, building a business becomes very easy. But the cool thing is you only have to create the epic lead magnet once, and then it can drive leads and sales for years. Okay, think about that. If you spend a good solid week creating an awesome lead magnet, okay, that's a week worth of effort that you put in, but you can ride that lead magnet for the next 2 to 5 years. Okay, it's worth investing in creating an epic lead magnet up front. And it has to be good because quite honestly, here's the truth, guys. People don't give a shit about you, okay? Like if you're out there creating content, you're out there building a Facebook group, you're out there building a brand, you're becoming a leader, you're building a business, you're building an affiliate marketing stream, whatever it is that you're doing, people don't care about you. They only care about what you can do for them. So if you can provide them with epic value for free in the form of a lead magnet, well, they're going to care a lot about that. And they're going to be likely to fall in love with you and your brand, okay? Let me have another sip of water and then we'll talk about need number 2. What we're going to talk about is the need for the correct content, okay? We go back to this content strategy, guys. I know it can be very sexy. It can be very alluring, if you will, to listen to the people who are going to say, hey, just go out there and start running ads to a webinar or running ads to a product page or something along those lines. First and foremost, if you think that's easy, you haven't been burned yet. B, the cost of advertising is going up every single day. And C, advertising is sold on an auction basis. So only the top best in each industry win. Okay? Once again, I know a lot of people are there making it seem fast, seem easy, but only the best of the best win the advertising game. If you want to get there someday, that's awesome. But here's the fact. If you're just getting started, if you're watching this presentation, you're probably not the best of the best. And that's okay. That's why we're going to go out and create content, because when you create content, you leverage your number one competitive advantage. Your number one competitive advantage right now is the fact that you are unique. And that uniqueness, okay, that's going to draw people in. People are going to be magnetically attracted to you. Not everybody, but enough people. We talked about the 1,000 true fans, right? You don't need millions of people to love you. You just need the right 1,000 people to love you, and you have a six or multi-six-figure business. Well, that's the great thing about creating content. The algorithms, the YouTube algorithms, the Facebook algorithms, okay, they make sure the right people find you as long as you be unique, stay consistent to yourself, okay? So let's talk about what the correct content is and the importance of it. So the correct content focuses on efficiency. And what I mean is I don't have a content team. I want a life, okay? So for me, the correct content is creating content that moves the needle the furthest and the fastest. I don't want to post 17 times a day. I want to create 1 or 2 videos a week, upload content when I have time, and I want that to work, okay? The end result is we can magnetically attract our ideal customer. What that means is that once we set up our system, leads, we can generate an endless, never-ending supply of free organic leads that are highly targeted as long as we're creating the correct content. Now, when we create content that is specific, meaning only attracts the right people, well, it establishes our expertise in our niche. Meaning, let's say I'm creating content on building an online business using organic content or organic traffic, if you will. If every single one of my YouTube videos, every single thing I post on my Facebook page is all about creating organic or creating content to drive organic traffic, well, then you're likely to see me as an authority on organic traffic, right? So you're going to be likely to trust what I have to say about organic traffic. Okay? That's the importance of staying consistent and creating the correct content. But the other thing this is going to do is it's actually going to qualify prospects for our lead magnet automatically. What I mean by that is if I'm giving away a training that teaches people how to build their business with organic traffic using content, well, then I don't want to go out there on YouTube and create a bunch of tutorials on how to set up Facebook ads, right? Because those people are interested in paid traffic. What I want to do is just make sure I only create content that attracts the people who are likely to be receptive to my lead magnet. And therefore, I'm going to create a lead magnet that then is in line with my next offer. So it's a congruent system, right? The thing about marketing is you want to attract your ideal customer and repel everybody else. Now, the other thing our content's going to do for us is going to create our content moat. What I mean by that is I said that advertising in it is getting more and more expensive every day. It's going to be harder and harder for the little guy to compete with buying paid ads. Yeah, right now we went through a heyday, or we did in the past. But I mean, think about how realistic is it for you as a little guy to purchase a Super Bowl ad? Okay, not very realistic, not very likely. Well, I'm not saying that Facebook ads are going to get as expensive as Super Bowl ads, but that's what's going to happen. Eventually, the little guy here, we're going to get priced out of the market if we're not already out. So that's why we have to create our content moat. We have to establish our web of influence that drives traffic to our offers, that brings people into our business, that establishes us as an authority in our niche. And we have to do it right now. And we have to get started right now, because what's going to happen is as everyone else, our competitors or what have you, start getting priced out of the market, they're going to flood to the content game. Well, we want to be the first ones in the content game, and we can do that if we start right now. But that creates our moat. The people who are coming later to the game to start building the content and building their web of influence, it's going to be too late because they're not going to be able to cross our moat. Our castle will be defended. That's why creating content is so important. And we want to create content that is in line with our niche and establishes us as an authority. The cool thing is, it's also going to dramatically increase the return on our ad spend when we do start to run advertising. And this is an unfair advantage. I'll talk more about that in just a second. So what is the correct content? Well, what I like to say is we should start by playing 20 questions. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about the questions your ideal prospect will likely ask right before they are likely to buy your product, your service, or the affiliate offer that you're promoting. Okay, we're going to answer those questions individually in video format and start distributing that across the internet. Okay, what I mean by that is we're going to say we're in this organic traffic approach here. Someone might ask, how do I get leads for free? So I might create a video, 3 ways you can get leads for free. And I'm going to talk about creating YouTube videos. I'm going to talk about creating your own Facebook group. And I'm going to talk about maybe like answering questions on question and answer site Quora.com, right? Well, I make that video and then I post it on YouTube. I post it on my Facebook page. I post it in my Facebook group. I embed it in Quora answers. I share it on Reddit. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer those questions and then I'm going to distribute them across the internet as long as I have a call to action in there. Okay, meaning in each video I say, hey, here's the lead magnet I'm offering. Come and get it. Okay, then we're going to be in good shape because that content will be out there and people are only going to find it when they're searching for the answers to their problem. Meaning the only person who's going to find my free leads video are people who are interested in free leads. So once they watch my video, they're going to see me as an authority. As long as they have my call to action, which invites them onto my email list, they're going to come and get my free lead magnet. And I'm going to bring them into my brand. Hopefully my lead magnet is selling them a product, but it's also building up massive value, goodwill. I'm collecting that email so I can follow up with them in the future and increase the lifetime value of the customer. Make sense? Exactly. So I mentioned that content can help us dramatically increase the return on our ad spend when we do decide to run advertising. And the way this works is very simple. We can retarget video views on YouTube. So what I mean by that is say we're going to play that game called 20 questions. We're going to answer the 20 questions our customers are most likely to be asking right before they decide to purchase our product, our service, our course, or the affiliate product that we're promoting, right? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put those videos on YouTube and only our ideal customers are going to find those videos because YouTube is a search engine, right? Well, what we're doing is we're building a database of highly qualified, highly targeted people who become our audience. Well, then what we can do is if we just go into Google Ads, which is connected to our YouTube account, then we can create ads and serve them to people who've watched videos in the past. Okay, does that make sense? So let's say our entire channel is focused on driving the right customers. We can create an ad and we can serve this as one of those ads you see on YouTube, for instance, the pre-roll ads, where we only advertise to people who have already watched one of our videos. Okay, if we have kind of a varied collection, we can choose certain videos to retarget as well. So what we do is we have people. Okay, hope you understand this. Let's picture this really quickly. So you have people who've not only found you organically because they watched one of your videos, so they already see you as an authority, but what happens here is they are already qualified as an ideal customer because they were searching whatever it is that we're producing, right? And we're only producing content that attracts the people who are likely to buy our stuff, right? So when we go ahead and serve that ad, we are doing it in such a cost-efficient manner that people who don't have this asset, that don't have this ability, they simply cannot compete with us on the cost of advertising. Meaning we can bid our advertising up and outbid them because our conversions are going to be so high. Because once again, we're only targeting people who already know us. Heck, they might even already like us and trust us, but we already know they're ideal customers because they were searching the questions we answered. Okay, you can do the same thing on Facebook too. You can retarget people who watched 50% of your videos, for instance. So if someone watched 50% of your video on how to get organic traffic or generate leads for free, are they going to be likely interested in your product that helps them generate leads for free? Of course they are. That's how we crush the competition in the advertising game as well. Okay, this is how all the big boys do it. Whether you realize it or not, it's the way it goes down. Think about it. If you've ever watched somebody on YouTube or if you've ever interacted with a website, and then the next time you go to Facebook or what have you, you all of a sudden you start seeing ads for them. That's exactly what they're doing. They're retargeting you, and that's no secret. I'm not telling you anything you didn't know, but that's how they crush the advertising game, okay? This means, guys, when you think about it like that, you are only one piece of content away from changing your life. It doesn't mean that you should go after a viral content strategy, but think about that. Let's say you answered one question that brought in your ideal prospects. If that video had 100,000 views on it, then you have a list of 100,000 people who know you and are highly targeted to your offer that you can advertise to for free for the rest of their life, assuming the internet doesn't blow up, right? That's why creating content is so powerful and so important. All right, let's get on to need number 3. If you want to create an online business, you need a content strategy. You can't just start throwing up content. I already mentioned that you're going to play 20 questions to get started, but let me dive into this a little bit further and show you how to create the correct content and where you want to create it, okay? I'm going to give you my one-page business plan right here on the next page, guys. We're going to go through and build out this whole thing right now. Once you understand this, you're going to understand how to create content efficiently to drive traffic to your lead magnets, to your email lists, and to your offers automatically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? All right, here we go. Let's break it down really quickly. Down at the bottom, we have the money because that's what everybody wants. We'll start with the money. Everyone wants to make money. Well, the way you make money is by promoting something, okay? This can be a physical product that you sell. This could be a digital product like a course or a service or coaching. This could be an affiliate product. Like I mentioned, I did this with ClickFunnels and Shopify or anything else. It could be a weight loss shake. You could be somebody else's product. You're just an affiliate promoting it, or it can be a service. Maybe you offer a social media marketing agency for other businesses. Maybe you're going to take what you learned in this video and help other content creators better monetize their business, okay? Whatever. Can be anything. Well, the way you're going to get money from people is by creating a content. And a content could be a webinar. Like I think we're all familiar with the webinar model where we give value and then make an offer at the end. This is very popular in the course creation business. It could be a PDF or an ebook, as long as it's really, really good. It could be a free training like this, for instance, is just a training that's going to teach you massive value. Hopefully after you watch this, you're going to get to know me, like me, and trust me. And then maybe if things go well, you'll buy something from me in the future. Or it could be a free trial. This is great. Like if you have a software or you have like a membership group, offering a free trial is a great lead magnet. Like, hey, come join my membership group for 7 days for free. Give it a shot. No risk. Okay, that's a lead magnet. All of these things sell your product or service. That's what I call A content. Well, the way we get people to our A content, and we don't want just people, what we want is targeted traffic, is we get them to our A content by Facebook groups and YouTube videos. This is what I like to call B content. So what I mean by Facebook groups is you create your own Facebook group that supports your ideal customer, right? Then Facebook promotes your Facebook group to people on Facebook who are likely to be interested based on what they're doing on Facebook, right? We're essentially leveraging Facebook's algorithms to get us free traffic. We just create the group that attracts our ideal customer. Same thing with YouTube. When we're out there, we're answering the 20 questions, as I mentioned, okay? People are going to be searching these. YouTube is a search engine. When they hit this, they're going to subscribe to our channel. They're going to get onto our retargeting list. They're going to find us automatically. So that's B content. Problem is, B content on itself, like a Facebook group with no members or a YouTube channel with no views, isn't going to get a whole lot of traction. So we need to start seeding our B content with what I call C content. This is other Facebook groups. This is networking. Okay, we can network with people on Facebook, answer their questions, help them out, and then we can reference one of our YouTube videos, for instance. Hey, you want more information? I made a video on this. Go check it out. I'm already mentioned question and answer site, Quora.com. We can go out there and answer questions that people are asking. As long as we're answering the questions of our ideal customers, we can answer them. People are going to find them when they're in the need. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to link to our Facebook group. We're going to say, hey, if you want to learn more about this topic, I invite you to our free Facebook group. Same thing with other people's podcasts, guys. No sense creating your own podcast right now. Go out there to other people who are in your space. They're always looking for more content. Invite yourself onto their podcast. They're going to love it. Then you can reference your free value. The podcast host at the end is going to say, anything else we can do to support you? How do we learn more from you? Well, I'm not selling anything, but for instance, I do have this free Facebook group. I think you'll like it. There you go. Leverage other content platforms that are already out there to drive people to your B content. You can do this with Instagram. Build up an Instagram following, Instagram stories. Hey, come join my Facebook group. You can do it with Reddit. Post your YouTube videos that are pure value onto Reddit and related Reddit forums. It's going to bring people into your YouTube channel. You're not selling anything, but you're automatically pixeling them, meaning you can then retarget them for life because they watched one of your YouTube videos. Actually, probably only a year. I don't remember if it's 365 days or 580 days, but basically if you can't turn them into a customer in 365 days after they watch one of your YouTube videos, you don't want to advertise to them anymore anyways. And finally, the last piece, your 2B content platforms. This is going to be your automatic growth and lead generation because once again, you're always going to reference your A content, which is your webinar, your free training, your free trial, all that stuff. Well, you can cross promote these two things. And when you do so, each one grows faster. And this is where exponential growth comes into play. And this is how you build an online business, guys. This is the blueprint for building your digital business. Now, literally, I have just given you everything that you need to build an online business and monetize in any way that you can possibly think of. So let's recap what you need here. Now, in need number one, I showed you that you have to have an epic lead magnet that can bring in an unlimited number of high quality leads for free. That's what's going to set up the system that creates the consistent income, right? In need number two, I showed you why you need to be creating content on YouTube and Facebook, and you need to be efficient and focused with your efforts because you have to attract the right people and repel everybody else, right? And then in need number three, I showed you why the two main platforms that you need to focus on are YouTube and Facebook. And I showed you how you should actually flow your traffic, meaning you don't have to go out there and just create content for the sake of creating content. You have to go out there and create content in the way I just showed you, that way you're doing it in an efficient manner, and we're building our content funnel that brings people to our offers, right? Now, I've given you everything that you need, but let's talk about why this might not work for you, meaning you've just seen what's worked for me for years. You've just seen how you can do it for free. You've seen the exact steps you need to follow. You've seen how to be efficient. You've seen what you need to do and what you don't need to do. But this might not work for you. Why? Well, first of all, you're going to go see something shiny, meaning the second you get off this webinar, someone else is going to be vying for your attention, and it's going to be some marketer who's trying to get your attention and show you the quote unquote easy way out, okay? Trust me, you know what's going to happen, right? As soon as you get off this webinar, you're going to go over there and you're going to find it and you're going to be like, oh, that looks cool. Let me go check that out. And then you're going to go down some rabbit hole and you're going to forget all about what I just showed you here. The other thing that might happen is you might not execute the steps properly. Yeah, I just showed you everything you need to do, but maybe you won't actually create your YouTube video or your YouTube channel, right? Well, that's a big hole in the system. The other thing that can happen is you won't stay consistent, meaning you might be gung-ho right now. You might go out there and create content for 2 weeks, and then you might stop engaging in your Facebook group, and then it's going to die. Okay, that happens all the time. People don't stay consistent. And the other thing is there are 1,000 tiny details that can trip you up along the way. So what happens next, right? After one of those things happens, you deviate from the plan. You start looking for quick solutions all over again, and you get suckered by some guru selling you the magic pill, right? You've been there before. I've been there before. I'm not immune to it. Basically, what that does is that destroys all the hard work you've already put into building your brand. And then at that point, you're back at square one, or probably even worse, because now you're jaded. Now you've wasted time. Now you're just plain confused, right? So what's the solution? What you need is a simplified plan and the security of having a coach or a mentor, guys, because that's what's going to keep you on track. Hey, it's Brian here. Sorry to interrupt your presentation. Guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I have to offer. No courses, no confusion. I just have coaching and mentorship available. If you're interested, if you want help with your business, there's going to be a way to get in contact with me somewhere below this video, or you can just go over to brianbrewer.com. When you get there, you're not going to see any fancy sales pages, just a way to send me an email. We'll have a quick conversation. I'll ask you a few questions. If we decide that we're a good fit and we want to move forward, I'll send you an invoice and we'll get started. We'll work together, one-on-one together for 60 days to get a good foundation for your business and start moving things in the right direction. Guys, even if you decide this is not for you, no worries. I can only take on 1, maybe 2 coaching clients each week anyways. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way you keep getting the free value that I do offer here. Now let's jump back into the presentation really quickly. I want to prove to you why it is so important that you have a mentor or coach, even if it's not me. Let's get back to it. When you have a simplified plan, you just execute every single day. When you have a coach or mentor, there's somebody to turn to when something trips you up. If you're still on the fence, you're like, should I have a mentor? Here's a great kind of visualization of why I think it's so important to have a mentor. So here's two lines, okay? On the left-hand side, you have your starting point, where you're at now. On the right-hand side, you're going to have the goal, what you want to do. You want to have a business, you want to start generating passive income, you want to start earning affiliate commissions, whatever it is on the right-hand side. Okay, that's your goal. Okay, well, if you do everything right, if you implement everything as you're supposed to and everything goes the right way, there's going to be a green line from where you start to the goal, okay? But what happens is if there's a tiny deviation in the beginning, like you miss one little thing, or you're not doing something just quite right, could be anything. Maybe your webinar is not structured properly. Maybe your lead magnet's not good enough. Maybe you don't have the right call to action in all your videos. Whatever it is, if you have just one slight tiny deviation in the beginning, it's going to shoot you off on this red line. And the further you go with that error in the beginning, the bigger the course correction you're going to need down the road, because what's going to happen is as you keep going with this tiny deviation, it could be just this one little thing that's screwing everything up. But the more content you create, the more systems you put into place, okay, then there's more variables. So at that point, the further on down the road you go, the harder it is to understand where the actual problem is coming from, right? So that's why you kind of want somebody who you can reach out to every step of the way to kind of bounce you back to the right path, right? Makes sense? Exactly. Let's put it another way. Okay. So important to have a mentor, because look at this door. I want you to visualize this. So here's this big, heavy, secure door, right? And let's picture it like this. If we can open that secure door, okay, and walk through that door, just on the other side of that security door, that's everything we've ever wanted, right? That's the successful business. That's the income. That's the notoriety, that's the brand, that's the YouTube channel, that's the following, that's the subscribers, whatever it is. That's on the side of this big secure door, right? The problem is we have to get through this door to get it, right? We don't get anything unless we open this door. Well, this door, even though it looks big, it looks huge, it's solid wood, it's got these deadbolts here, this door moves by these 3 tiny hinges, right? So if we can just put the right leverage on those hinges, that door will swing right open. And that's what I want you to understand. That's how I can help you by becoming a mentor to you. Does that make sense? I think it does.